Okay, folks, time to put away the Halloween candy buckets and break out the peppermint bark.
Right.
It's time to start thinking about Christmas, and more specifically, Christmas feasts.
Yeah.
So today we're taking a deep dive into Christmas feast, timeless recipes for every meal, which I think promises to be um, a pretty amazing resource for anyone
Absolutely.
who wants to make their Christmas really special this year.
Yeah, and it's called a Christmas feast, but I think it's really going for like the whole Christmas feeling.
That's right. It's about way more than just the big dinner, right?
Exactly. It's about capturing the spirit.
Yeah, the whole spirit of the season.
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. And I think that's one of the things that's so interesting about this book is that it really does cover every single meal of the day.
Yeah. Every meal.
From, festive breakfasts.
Like, what's a good Christmas breakfast?
Ooh, well, they've got recipes in here for things like
Yeah.
those gooey cinnamon rolls.
Oh, those are the best.
You know, the ones that everyone fights over?
Yeah.
And
Peppermint. Yeah.
peppermint hot chocolate,
Whew.
you know,
By the fire.
by a crackling fire.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This is like Christmas.
The Christmas dream.
Dreams come true right here in this book.
I know.
But, it's so interesting because I actually love that they don't just focus on dinner, right? They're saying Christmas spirit.
Should be all day.
Should be all day long, right? It shouldn't just be confined to,
the part of the day.
one little part of the day.
Yeah.
So what about the recipes themselves?
Well, they've got that really clever kind of like dance between like
Yeah.
the super traditional,
Yeah.
you got to have the classics.
Classics.
Like you said, the roast turkey,
Yeah.
the beef Wellington,
Oh, the staples.
all those things that just scream Christmas dinner. Like you
Yes.
can't have
Mm.
Christmas without those.
You can't.
But then they throw in some fun stuff,
Okay, like what?
like a truffle pasta.
Ooh,
Like, can you imagine?
truffle pasta on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
It's familiar, but it's also like a little unexpected.
Yeah.
And I think that's just
But
a really good recipe for a memorable meal.
it's a good way to make it memorable.
Yeah.
I love that. And,
What else?
it really, it's like they understand that tradition is important,
Yeah.
but also creating new memories is also
Yeah, nutrition.
really important.
Exactly.
And speaking of inclusivity, I noticed that they really put a lot of emphasis
They do.
on catering to,
All kinds of different dietary needs.
dietary needs.
Yeah.
We're talking gluten-free,
Yeah.
vegan, low-sugar alternatives.
Yep.
They've got it all
It's such a
in this book.
key consideration these days.
It is.
It's not even
It's not just about,
just the dietary restrictions. It's about
right,
making sure everyone feels like they can participate
right.
in the feast.
Exactly.
And that feeling of belonging is so important,
It really is.
especially during the holidays.
It is. It's true. I remember one Christmas, my cousin
Oh, yeah.
had just gone vegan,
Uh-oh.
and we were all
Scrambling.
scrambling
to make.
to try to figure out
Yeah.
what to make for him.
Yeah.
And it would have been so much easier
It's so much less stressful.
and less stressful if we had had a resource like this
Exactly.
that already, had considered those needs.
Absolutely. And speaking of stress,
Yes.
the book is full of tips
Okay.
on how to make the whole process easier.
Okay, good. Because nobody wants to be stressed out.
No.
Christmas.
Think about kitchen prep.
Yeah.
Think about ingredient substitutions.
Oh, that's a good one.
All these little things that kind of help to streamline the cooking so you can actually enjoy the day.
Right. So you're not.
You're not a wreck by the time the food's on the table.
Exactly. Oh, enjoy.
So let's talk a little bit more about this idea of spirit,
Okay.
what you mentioned earlier.
Because, I'm really curious. When they keep saying that,
Yeah.
do you think it's going beyond just the how-to of cooking
Right.
and into the why of Christmas traditions?
I think so. I think when they say spirit, it makes me think that there's probably some anecdotes or stories in there, maybe even some historical bits, about certain dishes or certain traditions.
I love that.
Yeah, it's about connecting us to the meaning
Right.
behind the food and the gathering.
It's not just about the food. It's
No.
about the connections.
Yeah.
So I guess what stories will you be sharing this year around your table?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, mates.
I'm going to have to think about that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Ooh, yeah. I don't know yet. I better get planning.
Better get planning.
All right, folks. Well, that is our deep dive.
Into a Christmas feast.
I hope you enjoyed it.
And hopefully it gets you in the Christmas spirit.
Yes, and helps you plan a very memorable Christmas
Feast.
for your friends and family.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see you next time.
See you in your back.